Yep, I was definitely couldn't do it one-handed. Yeah, so it clips in and out. One on the other side as well. Oh, while I'm around here, a bit of dust extraction for the saw as well. Doesn't work particularly well. I'm going to come up with a better system. But the saw itself is sitting on, that's the back of the table, which prevents some of the dust. And when I grab the saw and pull it up, it generally catches a little bit and then drops into position. And what I've got in back of it there, or in the base, is more of the form ply. And the back that I just pointed out is a bit of the dust stop. And I've got an axle running through the center there, which it rotates on. And a couple of bits of cutting board to act as spacers. And a few plastic washers I cut out of some PVC something or other. Bit of pipe cap or similar. Yeah, my idea is, oh yeah, a couple of things. It's not finished. Most of these jobs never get finished because you've always got something else to do. But it's my intention to put some drawer boxes down underneath there and maybe put something here so that I can drop the tabletop, the infill panel into position so it's not just leaning against things like I normally have it, because that's not a very satisfactory system. This fence here, once I get the T-tracks in, I'll be able to line that up with the drop saw fence and be able to cut long straight pieces of timber and maybe even have a stop running along here so I've got different lengths. I had thought of doing something similar here because once you wind the blade down, I can bring the Bosch fence over and drop it in place, and that makes a continuous fence through the three of them, which is quite substantial when you look at it. And before you all start complaining telling me how my blade is unguarded, you're right, it is. The machine didn't come with a guard. I made one, but it wasn't very successful. So my next plan is to make an arm coming up from the far side of the table, across, and then over the top of the blade. So your commercial style saw, instead of having it sitting on the riving knife, which is not such a good idea. I saw a bloke break his fingers on that. The blade caught the guard and it shot off and smacked him in the hand. Yeah, make a box section to go over the top of that, and I should be able to get some dust extraction on it as well. The only other features, I guess, it's all basic nut and bolt together with coach screws, or either coach screws or actual nuts and bolts. Few shims here and there to get up to the right levels, and that's the important thing with this table, is just how detailed I needed to be in the measurements to get everything to fit in just neat. As you can see, it comes down to so close that I had to rasp off the inside edge there so that the saw handle, as it went through, didn't catch on it. Anyway, that's an introduction to that particular outer table, and maybe you'll come up with a design that suits your garage just as well. Cheers.